Rome did not need to kill you to destroy you. They had something far more terrifying, a punishment so precise, so surgical, it could erase a human being from the collective memory of an entire civilization, while that person was still breathing, still walking the same streets, still forced to watch. Your statues shattered, your name chiseled off marble, your face cut from every painting, your records burned. You became a ghost. Not after death, but before it. This was not mythology. This was Roman law, and it worked. Imagine waking up one morning and every photograph of you, every document bearing your name, every letter you ever signed has been systematically destroyed. Not by accident, by official decree. That is precisely what Rome institutionalized over 2,000 years ago. A mechanism so psychologically devastating that modern neuroscience would later confirm what the Romans already understood intuitively. Identity without memory is not identity at all. In this video, we go inside the machinery of Damnatio Memoriae. Who built it, who suffered it, and why the psychology behind it never actually disappeared. The Roman Senate did not invent Damnatio Memoriae by accident. It was the product of a civilization that understood one thing with terrifying clarity. Controlling memory is more powerful than controlling armies. The phrase itself translates as condemnation of memory, but that clinical translation hides something far more violent. It was a formal legal sentence, voted upon by senators, that ordered the systematic removal of a person's existence from every surface, every record, every spoken public ritual inside the empire. Stonemasons were dispatched to temples, forums, triumphal arches, anywhere a name had been carved, with one instruction: remove it. Portraits were defaced. Bronze statues melted down and recast into new figures, sometimes of the very emperor who ordered the erasure. What makes this psychologically extraordinary is that the condemned often survived the sentence. They lived inside a civilization that had officially decided they no longer existed. No obituary, no legacy, no children permitted to inherit the name. The biological body continued, but the social identity was executed in full daylight. Modern psychology has a term for this specific form of harm: social death. The removal of recognition, status, and relational existence from a living human being. Rome did not discover it. Rome institutionalized it, gave it a vote, a decree, and an enforcement team. Here is what Rome never anticipated. Erasure leaves evidence. Emperor Domitian was condemned after his assassination in 96 AD. His face was carved off coins, his name gouged from public inscriptions across the empire. Yet archaeologists have since reconstructed his entire political career precisely because of those deliberate wounds in stone. The chisel marks became his most durable monument. Caracalla had his own brother Geta erased in 211 AD, including from a family portrait where Geta's painted face was replaced with a smear of pigment. That smear still exists. It is one of the most chilling objects in Roman history. What Rome was truly engineering was not oblivion. It was a specific kind of psychological violence directed at the living. Neuroscience confirms that identity is not stored inside the individual. It is distributed across the people and objects that recognize you. Strip those away, and the self begins to fracture. Rome understood this before brain imaging existed, and this is where the story stops being ancient. Modern governments have deleted dissidents from official photographs. Corporations have scrubbed executives from websites overnight. Entire careers have been algorithmically buried within hours of a single public decision. The Senate no longer votes. The mechanism simply runs faster now. History did not forget the condemned. It preserved the wound. Every blank space on a Roman arch, every scratched-out face on a fresco, every coin with a filed name, they all survived as evidence that something was deliberately destroyed. The erasure became the testimony. Which raises the question Rome never had to answer, and we do. In an age where deletion is instant, invisible, and requires no Senate vote, who decides what gets remembered? Who controls the chisel now? The Romans believed memory was the final battlefield. 2,000 years later, that battlefield has a new name, and you are standing on it every time you open a screen.